I'm going to give you several reasons why you should go out and buy yourself a 2023 Road Glide ST. No, not the 2024 CVO ST, but the 2023. Stick around, I'll tell you why. And welcome back to Bob's Garage. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I know there are a ton of Harley channels out there for you to choose, and I appreciate you spending 5 or 10 minutes with me every week. If this is your first time here, welcome. Give the video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. It's free. It helps me. Doesn't cost you anything, but it does help me out. So if you could subscribe and give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, doesn't matter. I would appreciate it. And I want to look. There's a ton of hype, and deservedly so, on the 2024 Road Glide CVO ST. I've said it myself that this is probably the greatest bike, the nicest bike, the best performing bike that Harley Davidson has ever produced. And I don't deny any of that. That's all true. But does that mean that you necessarily need to go out and buy one? I mean, they do start at like $43,000, and several dealers are marking them up. So it's a big financial commitment to own this bike. A lot of people are getting them. I've gotten a ton of feedback from guys that bought this bike. I've heard nothing negative so far. And I don't think I'm going to hear a lot of negative stuff. I mean, it's a great bike, but that doesn't mean it's the only great bike that's on the market. As many of you know, I own a 2023 Road Glide ST. I love my bike. I have done a few upgrades to it, and I just want to go over a few reasons why I think you should buy one. I mean, basically, this thing is the equivalent of a two-wheeled muscle car. It's got 127 pound-feet of torque and 106 horsepower, which is plenty for a bike this size. You sit on that bike, you got your arms stretched out, your ass is back, your legs are forward. You know, it's very comfortable. And that low seat height, it just gives you confidence when your feet aren't far from the ground. But when you're rolling, the floorboards are positioned perfectly so that you have that sense of confidence. It does have a nice long wheelbase, so you're very comfortable. And it handles, for a big bike, it handles really well. It doesn't take a ton of effort to go into the turns. Now, of course, it's not a sport bike, but for a bike of this size and weight, it handles extremely, extremely well. Standard equipment on this bike, and a lot of people, I know that on the 2024 Road Glide CVO ST, everyone's saying, hey, this thing has a Showa suspension and it's got Brembo brakes. And yeah, that's true. It does have those items. But so does every other Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson has been putting Showa suspension and Brembo brakes on their bikes for years. Now, the rear shocks are adjustable on the 2023. They're not the reservoirs. I get that. And they're not the inverted front end, but it still gives you a much better suspension than previous models of the touring bikes. Especially, I came from a Road King. That thing was, I mean, it jarred my teeth loose. It was ridiculous. So you do get an upgraded suspension. Like I said, you don't get the external reservoirs, but those are an easy upgrade if you decide you want to do that. So don't doubt that the suspension and the braking is great on this bike. They're Brembo brakes, and you do have a Showa suspension. And I know that the CVO ST comes with the Rockford Fosgate system, and yeah, that's great. But I got to tell you, this Boombox GTS infotainment system, it's got the two-way speakers. It's loud and clear when at freeway speeds. I just rode down to Daytona and back, and I was able to sing along at speeds of over 80 miles an hour, and it sounded great. So are there louder systems on the market? Of course there are. But for a stock system, this thing sounds amazing. I mean, basically, the bottom line is this. The 2023 Road Glide ST is a great bike, and you can get one now at a great price. Many dealers I've seen are discounting this bike several thousands of dollars. So you can get one for almost half of what you'd be paying for a CVO ST. And with Harley Davidson offering special APR financing, I've seen some rates as low as 1.9%. You could save a ton of money and take that extra money that you're saving and you could get yourself a Long Ride Shield windshield, or perhaps a CC Rider seat or Ed Van Black seat, or some of the Hogworks accessories like I've done to mine. I've made this bike uniquely mine. And it performs extremely well. It's great looking. I mean, it's all blacked out. It looks amazing. And no, it's not the CVO ST that all the cool kids are riding, but it's a great bike for almost half the price. So, don't sleep on this bike. If you can pick one up at a local dealer. I just saw a guy the other day. He was in one of the Facebook groups. Now this bike's, I think the MSRP on it was like $29,999 or something like that. He's claiming, and I don't know this to be true or not. He's claiming he bought one at his local dealer for $23,900, and then got the 1.9% financing. That's a great deal for this bike. If you can pick one up at your local dealer and save that kind of money, jump on it. You won't be sorry. It's a great bike. Like I said, it's not the 2024 CVOST like all the cool kids have, but it's a pretty damn cool bike. So anyway, check one out. I love mine. You'll love it. It's a great bike. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I'll see you in the next one.